Okay, I didn't think it was gonna go live so quickly. So I wasn't really prepared, but I'm prepared now. Hopefully. Hopefully you guys can hear me good. I need a lip gloss, probably. A lip gloss. So, déjame buscarme una. Definitely want something that's gonna make it shiny. Hey, Constance Davis. I gotta put something on my lip. I'm gonna be using the Gloss Bomb Heat and the Fenty Glow because my lips are a little dry. I'm gonna wait until a couple of more people join the live and then I'm gonna get into the story time. I was thinking about this because earlier today I was on TikTok live and I was talking about like how Spanish guys don't like me. And I'm realizing that maybe people really don't like men don't like me because I'm like a little bit like a bully. And I think that's like the New York in me, that toxicity. I still haven't purged it from my body, even though I haven't been in New York in that long. So I thought, why not talk about this time where I went to the Bronx, right? So boom. Let me do the setup. So if you know me, I'm from Brooklyn, right? The Bronx in Brooklyn is like going from LA to Riverside. It's like a mission and a half, right? Unless you get the trains express, but even so, it's like it's gonna take you like more than an hour to go from Brooklyn to the Bronx. So boom, this was way back in the day, and for all my people that remember, do y'all remember when Boost Mobile used to have the chirp phones, the gray ones? That was the one that I had. I remember buying it down Picken Avenue, and it was in this like you know those um plastic containers that whatever. So boom, bought the phone, and remember how they used to have $1 a day? So you would pay $1 a day to have unlimited everything. So if you guys remember, back in the day, those Boost phones used to have a thing called Boost Mobile Chat. Girl, I am like, you see, I grew up in a very unique era that I was born in the 90s. So I remember the beepers, I remember the Walkmans, I remember the CD players, I remember the VHSs, I remember the call ID, I remember the cordless phone, I remember the phone with the cord, I remember the phone with the thing that just goes around in a circle. I remember house phones, I remember answering machines. I've seen the evolution of a lot of technology, and we've come a long way. So this is back in the day when Boost had the chirp phones. It was $1 a day, so this is before unlimited everything. We live spoiled now with unlimited everything. But back in the day, you had to wait until 9 o'clock to talk on the phone for free, and everything else cost. And I remember when to text was when you had to push the button until you got to the letter that you needed for what you were trying to write. So boom. This was back in that day. So I was paying $1 a day to use the phone on the Boost Chirp. Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? And thought it was mad cool, whatever, because all my friends have phones. So there was this thing called Boost Mobile Chat. So on the Boost Mobile Chat, you go in these chat rooms and then you just like Boost Mobile Chat with people. So me puse a poner como like bellaca when I was young, and I went on the Boost Mobile Chat and I was talking to this boy from the Bronx. So boom, right? I was probably like 16, 17 at this time. And Was it after? This was after I had my first kiss. So I was around 16 because I had my first kiss when I was 16. So it was around this time. So boom, talking to this guy from the Boost Mobile chat. Oh my God, trying to record a voice message with the tape deck. Girl, I still remember when people used to record because I was literally recording songs as my phone ringer. You want to know the most oddest song I've ever had as a phone ringer? There was a phase in my life where I had Unbreak My Heart, Say You Love Me Again, undo this hurt that you caused when you walked out the door and walked out of my life. Uncry these tears. I cried so many nights. Oh, that was my ringtone. Bitch, that was when you called me. That's what you heard. I don't know what I was going through as a child, but Tony was doing it for me. She gave me the ooh la la sensation. Oh, break my heart. No. Don't leave me out in the rain. Bring back those nights when I held you beside me. Unbreak my. Oh, please. Mine was tell me what you want. Wait, tell me what you want. Tell me what you need. Because I can't, because I'm not home right now. Leave me a message. We're not even going to talk about MySpace, all right? Please. We're not going to even do this. I used to have a Cheetah Girls theme. I was such a cheetah girl. So boom. Listen, let me finish telling you the story because we could go back memory lane and we could get real nostalgic. But while we're going there, I see 13 thumbs up and there's 33 people. Digo yo que la cosa tan gratis ahora with these prices and inflation, you know, that costs nothing. It's free. So I'm just saying, like why they don't match, you know? Maybe a cute little thumbs up. You know, I don't know. It's good thumb exercise. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's good, like, you know, like, thumb wrestle with the phone and hit that little, like, thumbs up. Maybe the subscribe. Maybe the like. Maybe the comment. I don't know. Digo yo. You know, your girl has her super chats. So, let me continue on. This is how I met the carajito. So, let's call him Jose Manuel. Jose Manuel. Because I think it was like Angel David. I think his real name was Angel David. Angel David. Like it was just real Spanish because he was Puerto Rican and Dominican. So his father was Dominican, his mother was Puerto Rican. No. His mother was Puerto Rican, his father was wait, no. Oh my God, Melissa Chung, thank you. His mother was Dominican and his father was Puerto Rican. Boom. That's what it was. His mother was Dominican, his father was Puerto Rican. So he was real light skinned, but he was more Dominican than Puerto Rican. He had the thin. Remember when guys back in the day used to get the thin beard like this? Like thin, and then thin. That was him. The most thinnest of douchebag beards that was completely like, it was like perfectly lined up. He thought that he was chilling cooling kung fly. He thought that he was the hottest shit out of there. He thought that he was so fly, he was flea. Like he done passed the game. He thought that he was it. He was poppy shampoo. He was giving the girls what they wanted. Douchebag beard of it all. So boom, that was his beard. He had like, okay, so I'm light bright. Trust me, I know I'm high yellow. Pero soy una Afro Latina, and if textured mixed curls do not show you that, then I don't know what to tell you. Yes, I'm high yellow, and yes, I'm light skin. I'm a part of the light skin family. But we still family. We still family. You know what I'm saying? Like, we still here. We still here. So, like, Caribeña, we Caribbean, like, we here. So, boom. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's stereotyping, but why is it that all light-skinned men have something going on with their eyes where it's like they can't even open it? It's like this. Like chinky. Like, what are you squinting at? Like, open up your eyes. So he had those type of eyes where it was like real, like real squinty, real stupid. Oh, me dio una rabia. Like, I don't even know why. Like, oh, God, I don't even know why. But I dead ass took the train. Girl, I got on the train. Boom. I was living in Brownsville. So I got on the L train on Sutter Avenue. Boom, got on the L train. Took the L train 2 stops. Took it to Broadway Junction. Then got on the A. Like, she went all the way. I think I went from the A to Chinatown, then took the D, or I don't know. I took a series of trains to go to the Bronx to go meet up with this guy because all my homegirls that I used to stay with were acting grown. They had boyfriends that were in jail. They had boyfriends who had babies. They had boyfriends that lived in Queens. They had boyfriends that lived like on their own. Like, it was just a lot. Like, they had, so I don't know. I didn't want to be by myself. So I wanted to have grown. I wanted to have grown back in the day. So I went. I went como entrometida. Like, I should have known better. Like, so I went. Took all these trains, went over there. He did not meet me at the train. He did not meet me at the train. Yo como pendeja estaba ahí en el frío when it was cold outside. And let me tell you something about New York cold. How do I explain to you that the cold, when it is so cold in New York and the wind gives you ice, like it's icy wind. I mean, que it's the wind that's so cold that literally you feel your flesh on fire because it is just ripping at your skin and completely drying you out. It is terrible. The wind chills in New York are absolutely no joke. Okay? So yo estoy ahí afuera como una maldita pendeja with the little walkie-talkie. Where you at? Where you at? Taking his sweet time to answer the phone, and I should have known better. I should have known better, but I had already committed. I had taken the train. I left Brooklyn. I was like, I came here with a mission. I'm going to accomplish it, right? I'm going to go chill with this boy. ¿Pa qué fue eso? Like, I should have known better. Like, now I know, like, had I known what I know now, I wouldn't have done this. So finally he answers. He tells me how to go up some hill and how to get to his building and how there was going to be a guard down there. Now, let me tell you something. Me being from Brownsville, Brooklyn, we don't have no security guards in our building. We got cops, and the cops don't even come into the projects because, like, unless it's something serious, they ain't coming. They ain't coming. Like, you know what I'm saying? So so that was like a little bit like, as a girl from the hood, when I saw that, I was like, ooh, you have a security guard in the front of your building? You got to be buzzed in? You can't just have strangers come and piss in your hallways? Oh, you bougie. You know what I'm saying? So I thought he had a little bit of money. So, long story short, he lived with his grandmother. I think like let me not even be stereotypical because that's bad. That's bad. But I feel like mad light-skinned Spanish guys from the Bronx still live with their grandmother and will always live with their grandmother and is waiting for their grandmother to cross over to the other side so that she can transfer her apartment over to their name. They want to be the best grandson so that they have a place to stay always. Do I sound triggered? Do I sound triggered? Because I'm triggered. I'm triggered. I felt like I was back in New York dealing with that nonsense all over again, honey. I cannot do that. There's something bad about a man who lived with his mother. There's something bad about that, right? I don't okay. Is it better if he lived with his grandmother or if he lives with his mother? Or some of them be living with their aunts. Now let me tell you something. A mother that live with his aunt, yo no voy ni voy a entrar ni voy a poner con la idea que voy a entrar a auntie's house. Because the aunties are the ones that fight. The aunties are the ones that will bang on the door and be like, you got some dirty ass bitch in the fucking house, in my house. And they will go in and he will have you jumping out the window because his aunt. So somebody who live with their auntie, I ain't entering your crib. I don't care if she's in Atlantic City. I don't care if she's in Atlantic City. I don't care if she is in Florida, like visiting family. I do not care who and where she's at. If you live with your aunt, yo no voy a ir a tu casa. Jamás. No soy loca. I am not crazy. So, boom. Now, here we are. I get to his building. Security is there. I tell them what building I want to go into. They call him. They buzz me up because he confirms. So I take the elevator, get to his building. He done creep out the door with his head out like this. Like, and he looked me up and down. He was like, you good. You could come in. So I be quiet. I was like this. Let me tell you what he looked like. Un mojoncito. You know what a mojoncito is? Is when you're sitting on the toilet and you're pushing real hard. You know that type of one where you're like this. Oof. All right, let me relax a little bit. And then I'm going to put all my energy into pushing it. And you think it's going to be big? Y te sale el mojoncito. And it hits the toilet and you're like this. All of that. All of that. Literally, you ripped me wide open. For a little mojoncito. It's like you get mad. It's like you get mad that the poop wasn't bigger. Because if it was bigger, then at least you feel some sort of victory. Like, yeah, I pushed that. Yo empujé eso. I worked for it. Wow. Literally, you split me open and left me gaping. At least I could say that, wow, okay, that was worth it. Like, that was, I worked up all that fuerza for that push. But a little mojoncito, that gets me so mad. So that's what he was. He was a little mojoncito. And he was so skinty. No shade to my skinny boys. No shade to my skinny men. But like platao skinny. Like, you know when you take a totón and you gotta double fry it. And you put it in the tostonera and it comes out real flat. Like that, platao. Like he had a flat chest, flat back, flat body, flat legs. Like he was flat, like flat skinny. Like he was just complete chest and nipples. Chest and nipples, nothing else. So he was that. Then he was little. Then he had the douche bad thin beard, the chinky eyes, and he had the hairline. Let me tell you about the hairline. Let me tell you about the hairline. Let me tell you about the hairline. Because I come straight for the neck, the jugular. That's the first thing I will come at you. If you ever try to play me as a man, you better hope that your hairline is not cooked. Because I'm a savage. Don't let this face fool you. I'm from Brownsville, Brooklyn. You play me and your hairline is cooked? Ho, I'm coming straight for it. And I'm going to make sure you hurt your feelings. I'm going to make sure I hurt your feelings. I'm going to make sure I hurt your feelings. So don't ever in your life think that you can talk to me and your hairline is cooked and I am showing you grace because I'm going to love on you. I'm going to kiss that little crooked forehead and hairline. And I'm going to be like, oh, baby, look, you don't have to put that Beijing. You don't have to put the powder. Like, I accept it. Like, you know what it is? Like, your hairline just, she's taking a little break in the back. Like, she's retiring and it's okay. So, I will love on you in the beginning. But you try to come out your neck at me at any moment in our relationship or afterwards, you better hope your hairline is not cooked. So boom, he had this type of hairline. It was the hairline that you have to brush the hair all the way to the front and then they do the lineup. Because if they push the hair back, then it's almost like you have all this forehead on a small peanut head. Then with the thin beard, like it would just look like he's all forehead and like chin. Like ain't nothing else. He ain't got nothing else. Like all of this is like this. And then he's just big all forehead and like just a little chin. It just wouldn't work proportionally. So it's almost like they have to push it all to the front and then like give themselves a little extra half inch and then cut the hairline and then bring it like that. So it's like, don't play with me because I'll blow that shit right the back if you think you want to act tough and show you who you really are. Triggered. I'm triggered. Sorry. I have PTSD. So that's the type of hairline he had. Then he was flat chested, like completely flat chested, no definition, thin arms, thin body, little, 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 little. So I'm sneaking. We go into his room. I will say this. His room was clean. His room was clean. The closet organized, like all his shoes in the box lined up, all his clothes just like on the hanger nicely, all his outfits laid out. He had all the hats on the wall with the stickers still on them. I will give it to him, fly, limpio. The house smelled like Mistolene. Like it smelled like Mistolene. It smelled like the blue one. It's because he lived with his grandmother. His grandmother se pone a limpiar cada día. There is nothing like a grandmother who cleans the house every single day. Who grew up in the house with a mother who cleaned the house every single day? I would literally look at my mother and I'll be like this, damn. Tenemos que mapear todo el día. Like every day. Every day we have to mop. And she's like, every day we don't walk on the floor? And I'm like, you know what? You know what? You're right. We do walk on the floor every day. So I guess, in theory, we should mop the floor every day. So thank you, mommy. Like, for real, that used to piss... Like, who grew up in the house that had to mop every single day? That was my mother. You had to mop every day. It was every day that you had to clean. You see? Boom. Shout out to all my mothers that mopped every single day. I grew up in that house. I guess that's discipline. So I grew up in that type of house where my mother mopped the floor every day. So his room smelled mad clean. And I could tell it's because his grandmother would come and clean his room every single day. Because the way that it was kept, he had hospital corners on the bed. Like where it was tucked. And he only pulls the sheets from the top part and then perfectly tucks himself in. Como un pendejito. And I bet you, I probably still think that when he's sick, his grandmother comes in and tucks him in. I swear he gave me very, very that. And he, of course, pulled the line like, you know, like I live with my grandmother because she can't take care of herself. And I'm like, yeah, your grandmother cleaned this room every single day. Your grandmother is like built like an ox. She's strong. She's small, but strong and mighty. I never met your grandmother, but the way this house is clean and how she got plastic on her couches, and she got that type of furniture that people can't really sit on, yeah, your grandmother takes really good pride in her house. Yeah, you ain't taking care of her. She taking care of you. Yo no soy una pendeja, no. Like, they would try it. They would try it. Like, you ain't helping Granny with nothing. You probably bring her little, her shopping cart up the stairs. I'll give you that. You probably bring it in. But you ain't going food shopping with her. You're not going food shopping with her. She's going by herself. So, boom. I go inside. His room is clean. Sitting on the bed. He's like, he got cable. He got cable. He got all the channels. He got everything. I'm like, ooh, I know he made his grandmother get all the channels. So he's sitting there, he's flipping through the TV, and then he comes sit on the bed next to me. He's like, oh, it's a little hot. Because, you know, in the wintertime, if you got really good heat in your building, that project heat, that building heat in New York is something serious. It's hot. Like, really, really hot. So, why he gonna go slide out his shirt? He gonna go slide out his shirt. And as he's sliding out his shirt, I look at his little body, and he had the most straightest and longest underarm hair I've ever seen in my life. Like, it looked like he got a texturizer or a perm on his underarms, and then they took the plancha, the flat iron, with the rat tail comb and chased it behind and really just like straightened it out. Straightened it out. And it was so much hair. So much hair under his underarms. It did not make no sense. It was so dark. Like, I couldn't even see his pits. Like, I couldn't even see his pits. It was just so much hair. But he don't have no hair anywhere else on his body. Okay, I'm lying. He had hair. He had hair going down here. But imagine a flat body like this with pelo just like trickling. Let me show you. I'm going to try to draw it because I don't think y'all understand. I don't think y'all understand the trauma que yo tengo aquí. Let me see if I could draw it for you. Let's say this is his belly button, right? He had like pelo. Like this. On his flat body. Like that. I can't even make it up. I can't even make it up. I can't even make it up. And you know what? And I'm a tall person. I've always been a big girl. So imagine being next to somebody so small and skinny. You know, you ever seen the capuchin monkeys? Like, have you ever seen the movie Monkey Trouble? And you know how the capuchin monkeys have long, thin arms with a little body? He went to go grab me around my neck. And why it felt like a rope. Like, it felt like a rope. And I was like, this is what it must feel like to have a capuchin monkey put their arm around your neck. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, "Ugh, not him hitting me." So I'm awkwardly this, me being this big and him being like this. And I'm like this. I look like a giant. I looks like a giant. A giant. And all I could think about was his underarm hairs. He tried with his little thin fingers. He tried to like, you know, like lift my chin. And I looked at him in the face. And you ever been hit with the moment where you're like, yo, I'm really here right now and this is really happening. I did this to myself. I was hit with that moment when I looked at him. I was like, I did this to myself. I came here on the train. I got on that elevator and I walked in this door. And I watched all of this happen. And here I am. I was like, I think I gotta go. He was like, why? And I was like, because your grandmother, your grandmother, your grandmother, your grandmother. He was like, she sleep. Like, chill. Like, it's gonna be all okay. Like, we just gonna throw something on. Like, it's she sleep or anything. Like, I always have the TV on. And I'll be playing the game. And I'm like, no, 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 no. Like, I was like, no, 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 no. He was like, just relax, 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 relax. Like, chill, just chill. Like, come on now. And I'm like this. No, 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 no. I don't want to do this. 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 He was like, but you came all the way over here. And I was like, I'm good. 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 I'm like, I'm going to get up. I'm going to get up. And then he had like his arm around my neck. He had his arm around my neck. And I was like, come on. Like, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I want to start getting loud. I want to start getting loud because I want to go. I want to go. I want to go. Like, I had a whole attitude. I had to wake up. I had a whole stink ass attitude and I was like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. And I finally like got my way out of there and I left. And that was the one time I went to the Bronx to go see this Puerto Rican and Dominican boy. And I should have known better. So, yeah. Hello. Shout out to let me see. Let me try to go back to see who gifted me a super chat. Constance. Thank you, Constance. And Melissa. Thank you, Constance and Melissa. I see a lot of laughing emojis. Did y'all enjoy this one? I'm trying not to wake up my husband laughing so hard. Iris is free to express. Iris, which part of the story was your most funniest? Like what that made you laugh the most, I guess. Constance, thank you, Constance. You're welcome. I love listening to you. You sure? Because I know my diction and my English sometimes be all over the place. I've had those moments, said Cheryl L. No one to blame but ourselves. LOL, LOL. Melissa 209 said. Constance Davis said, yo, I'm going to wake everybody up laughing so hard. Constance, you know how sometimes you be texting somebody and you put LOL, but you're not really actually laughing, but inside of you, you're like, oh, that was funny. Are you actually physically laughing, like laughing hard, or you just laughing in your head? You leaning on the pencil. Adriana Sanchez said, you leaning on the pencil. Iris said, yes, I'm laughing that hard. Spanglish is okay. I'm physically laughing, said Beatrice Rosenberg. Okay. Well, I'm glad that you guys are like actually laughing. Let me read some other comments before I go. Am I high or is this hilarious? Cheryl L said. I think there's a lot of people laughing, so maybe you're not just high. Laugh my culo off. Penelope Lopez said, that's low key, creeps me out. Damn, grinding towards my best life wrote, damn, you brought me mad flashbacks with the plastic on the couch and on the sofa. Constance Davis said, little body. Yeah, he had a little body. Let me tell you about the body. um, Let me tell you about the body. I know the feeling. My body is skinny. Kiki World, you should do these more. I mean, she made a cute little $8. She made a cute little $8. So thank you guys for My donations, you know, back in the day, there were such things as traveling storytellers that will go to different cities and different villages and share their stories, and people would gather around and pay them coins to share their stories about great legends like Hercules and I don't know, some of the people like Aphrodite's and Hades and stuff like that, and like great Mesopotamia. And that's how they probably heard about Jesus, word of mouth, because there was no phones, there was no Nextel bleeps, there was just storytellers telling the stories of his great miracles. So, like, you know, this is probably something that my ancestors did. They were probably great storytellers if you guys enjoy my stories. So, in a way, I feel like shout out to all my ancestors that were telling stories and entertaining around social circles and just being the light, the fuego that lights up the room. When I use my voice to share my stories, I am not only honoring myself, but I am honoring those who came before me, their stories, their traditions, their remedies, their recipes that were passed down by word of mouth. They are all encrypted into my DNA, and I am grateful for it all. Ooh, speak that power in that water. Espérate. Cute little manifestation water. I am healthy. I am wealthy. I am rich. I am that. I am gonna go get that bag, and I am not gonna take your ish. I am protected, well respected. I am the queen. I do what I wanna do, and I'm who I wanna be, cause I am me. Look in that mirror. Tell yourself everything that you wanna hear. Okay. Have fun with you guys. Thank you. Until next time, just laugh a little. Laugh a little bit. Melissa, thank you. She sent me a little pair that's working out that says keep it up. Girl, you should raffle with them colored eyelashes from Beauty Supplies, Our Beauty. And girl, you should raffle with them colored eyeliners from Beauty Supply stores. Our Beauty Supplies ass don't have them. Wow. I never even thought about it. I didn't know that you guys would be interested in that. Who else would be interested in me cultivating a collection of colored liners? If I came out with my own colored liquid eyeliners, would that be something that you would buy from me? Should I go into business? Um, I got you. I got you. I got you. Hold on. This is exciting. All right, guys. Until next time. I haven't even thought about a name. But I love you. And until next time. See you later.